Yeah,
I would say that it's more than just touch. That I'm sure we all started using the photograph when we were young painters, and when we started to learn something about how to put a picture together, we quickly learned that the photograph had its own set of exigencies that didn't conform to our own. And so that has to do with some kind of mapping of, how the brain works, how thought is captured in form, along with the touch idea. That's obviously really important too. But the thing that I think is really important to add to this conversation is the notion of how the conversation about figurative art is changing and growing, and what went awry probably in the 19th century with the French salon painters, the academic painters, the Bouguereaus, and how somebody like Gustave Moreau was trying desperately to both be an academic painter, but he was on the cusp of modernism, and so you can see in his work this kind of marvelous schizophrenia as he's trying to make sense of both these ideas. But the crux of it is that the 19th century, those exquisite 20-foot tall, glorious academic paintings were essentially a big lie. And the budding avant-gardists, the budding modernists could see that. And so somebody like Odilon Redon comes along, and he makes these tiny little paintings that are just a glow of color, and we feel as though he's telling us something real about this sort of majesty of interiority versus, David's painting of Napoleon, which is just such an overcompensation for the fact that he was a kind of a puny tyrant. His painting was a lie. Bonnard recognized that he had no conception of what constitutes a female. So he didn't try to paint a female the way that we see here, or the way that Bouguereau did, which is just some kind of prettification. He recognized that he didn't have a clue about the weird interiority of a woman, and so he painted the truth of that, which was a kind of an awkward, sort of nutty figure that was the closest he could get to trying to understand this interiority.